heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things were happening. Now, we had Deku. Deku in the last part, he had a new personality come out of the shadows of his mind. One that's been around for a while. However, it's just been hiding. And now, it's finally been stepping into the light. The Hulks in Deku's mind fought it, whenever the Phoenix was trying to take over Deku's mind. And it helped them. Deku was able to let go of the Phoenix, regain control over his body, and Jean was able to restore mutant abilities. However, after she was able to calm Deku down, Deku went almost catatonic completely. He was scared, and he discovered there's something inside him darker than Claw. Now, Deku, yeah, this personality scares him a lot, and he's realized something. The devil is kind and cares for him like his mother. It's a protective, nurturing being, but this thing is like his father. He thought he escaped that man. However, he has the same darkness within him. Now, Deku was thinking about that a lot. And there actually was whenever he was back in Kansas, his son, Victor, manifested mutant powers and Deku had to try to calm the boy down. And Laura, she talked to her son, explained to him about what exactly is happening to him. Now, there actually is, over the following 2 weeks, a lot to start to happen. Deku, he wants to ask for help with this. I mean, this Guilt Hulk, as he believes it to be, a manifestation of this emotion. He's felt guilty about a lot of things he's done before, but striking Jean Grey? I mean, hell, how is he supposed to even live with doing that type of stuff? I mean, he's vowed never to become like his father, but he gave into anger. It wasn't him, but he doesn't like that. If this thing exists in his head, it might push him. It's powerful. It's worse. And Deku, he currently does walk directly up to the Avengers Tower. Now, whenever Deku does go to someone to enter the building, there actually is Tony Stark, who he does get a notification from Friday that Mr. Midoriya has just entered the building. And Tony, he's a bit more surprised and annoyed. As right now, Deku, he does go to walk in, and Tony does somewhat go to come down. Now, Tony would stand there as he does ask exactly, why is he here? Tony, I need help. Did you come to your senses finally? Tony, it's not like that. What's wrong? There's another personality in here. Oh. Shit. How bad is it? I mean, if you're reaching out to us, then, Tony, it's not like that. Listen, I don't know. I need options. I need help. I mean that. Kid. After everything with S.H.I.E.L.D., I know. But they had Alex. Okay. What do you need? Strange. Where is he? Mystic arts? Kid, you're a scientist. I know, but... Listen. I've asked Magic. I've called her. I've spoken to her. And I've even tried talking to Emma, the Sever Cuckoos, a lot of different telepaths, okay? I need options. This thing in my head is dangerous. It terrifies me, Tony. It should terrify you. Kid, you terrify me. I know. And I'm not going to apologize, but after everything that's happened to me, you have to understand that you want people to fear you. No, Tony. I want to be able to live without people shouting at me and screaming at me. If that means that people need to be able to fear for their life, I'll make them do it. Kid, talking like that is exactly why it's a problem. Tony, I am begging you here. I need help. Can you please call Steven? Give him my number at the very least. Now, Tony, he does think. Deku, he's always been trying to handle things on his own for years. I mean, the teenager who used to sit in his lab with him and tinker around with gear and tech? Yeah, he does miss that kid. I mean, he had issues, but this right now, even he can tell that Deku, he's a lot more scared than he is in control. And Tony, he does tell Deku that he'll call Strange. However, they do need to know something. Where is he hiding? Tony, I can't tell you that. Why not? It's personal, Tony. You mentioned family. What? Back in Genosha. Or Wakanda. I heard you mention family. You sent me away. Is that what you've been doing in this time, kid? Hiding, trying to settle down? If that's the case, I can help you out. Really? Yes, kid. For God's sake. You can't hide from the X-Men. They can track you with Cerebro. And everybody else. Different people. They'll always come after you. But I can help you. I mean, it won't be good at first, but I mean, after the kid's born, maybe I can help you out. What are you talking about? Kid, it's been over a year. I'm sure you've already done a lot of stuff I don't want to hear about. Tony, it's... Listen. Where I'm hiding, they're safe. They? Yes, Tony. The people I care about. They're safe. Okay. So if I asked T'Challa, T'Challa won't tell you. That was a private chat. Fuck. I'll call Strange. But, seriously, kid. What are you gonna do if you fly off the rails? If I fly off the rails? Yes. People are talking about Genosha. So, what do you think's gonna happen? Genosha? We're getting back on our feet. And people don't like it. But they don't have to. Our people are back, Tony. Okay, kid, I get that. But exactly what are you gonna do if they get hurt? If people attack Genosha, I'll fight. I'll kill. Kid. I'm trying to be on your side here. Tony, it doesn't feel like you're on my side. Listen. Just get me Strange's number, please. Or I'll have to rely on Scarlet. That's another issue we need to talk about. No, it isn't, Tony. You guys imprisoned her. She wanted to go, and you wouldn't let her. So I let her go. If you're mad about that, then that shows me exactly where you stand. This was a mistake. Now, Deku is going to turn and walk away. And right now, Tony, he's concerned. The kid might have a family. Shit. Damn it. Now, Deku, he does leave. And right now there actually is when he does arrive back home. Him walking inside, and right now he actually hears a pop. Him in the kitchen, as there actually is Kurt, who he is sitting down, and currently one of the kids, they are talking about the Blue Man. And Deku does tell them, that is Uncle Kurt. Now, Kurt does sit there as he's going to pop around the room. And Inko, she actually is somewhat laughing about what's happening. And right now Logan to sit there. Him talking with Victor, as there actually is Mystique. She's sitting down too, and she actually is talking with Rogue about everything. Now, Deku, he knows that later today, well, Jen will come here. And he's a bit nervous. I mean, she's family. But something else is on his mind. Something that he's concerned with. Now, we do actually have at the Xavier Manor, over with Katsuki. Katsuki, she's been a bit busy, and right now she has planned to return home. And she actually has been making a few plans with Shuri, and even with, well, Laura. Laura was sort of the one who talked her into it. And while she has been a bit on the fence about it, yeah, the decision has been made. Now, right now Katsuki and, well, someone else, they do go walking up a ramp. And right now, they actually are a bit confused. As she does start to talk about a few things, as the other person, they do come walking up. Now, as that's currently happening, we do actually have outside in the garage. Or out in the farmhouse. Or the barn, there it is. Now, Deku, he currently is working on a few things. And right now, Deku, he is waiting. Today's a little hot, but it should be all fine. Maybe he can take this thing out. Deku turning his wrench. And right now, Deku just feels something cold on the back of his neck. Him going to somewhat turn his head, as Shuri just goes to somewhat sit down. Her ask him if he's okay. Yeah, sorry. I've been thinking about a lot. You have? Yeah. I mean, John has powers. I know it. Him and Inko, I just know they do. Victor, he has Laura's claws. Izuku, I'm calm. I can accept that. The moment I saw Victor's power, I knew they'd have it. They'd have something, but I don't want them to have this. Shuri. I don't want them to have this. Jen's power, maybe, yes, but mine. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I don't know. Is it right for me to want to say they stay powerless? Izuku, you fear for them. Of course I do. Of course I do. Is it wrong? No. I wouldn't say it is. I mean, look at you. Me? Yes. You wanted for a while to not have your powers. Your dad, he is a good example of that. Okay. Right. And currently, I want to say that you're fine. Right. So, Izuku, I'm not going to try and beat around the bush. I'll just come out and say it. You're afraid for them because you don't want them to end up like you. You don't want them to deal with the type of shit you deal with. It's crazy, yes, but you're concerned and it's genuine. Your fears are warranted. I mean, you dealt with a cosmic force, and before that you were jumping from threat to threat before you were part of some sort of reality bending god. I wasn't a part of it. Okay, but how did you defeat it then? How did I hmm. I I don't remember. You don't. Now, they're gonna try to ask the devil, what did they do to the Beyonder? Hmm? The Beyonder. Yes. I don't remember, or you don't remember, do you? No. Really? Now, Deku, he looks somewhat taken aback. The devil doesn't remember the Beyonder? Why is that? Is Did he wipe his memory? Oh god, did something else happen? Now, Deku he's broken from his trance, as right now a car does come driving up, and somebody does come stepping out of it. As right now Deku does turn his head and directly see Jean, who she does go to someone wave Deku over, as Jen does come out of the passenger side. Now, Deku does gonna walk over, him bringing her up into a hug before telling her that it's nice to come here. Wow, this place is huge. That's a word for it. Um, what are you working on in there? Nothing so far. Um, call it home defense. Home defense. Yeah, yeah. Um, so, Jean, did you hear anything from Katsuki? Hmm? I haven't. I know she got busy and I think she went back home. Home? To see her parents? Actually, Katsuki, she's on her way. They're gonna look into her Shuri. Really? Yeah, she's been busy a bit with Genosha, and she's finally decided to take some time off. Especially since with more mutants available, people who've been working hard, they can take a break, lighten their load. Okay, so, a big old family dinner. That's what it looks like, cuz. Huh. It almost feels like the old days. Hmm? Have you heard from Alex? No. Have you? I haven't. I was a bit worried. About Alex? Yeah, I heard he was going to stay in Genosha for a minute, but Magneto, he hasn't said a word. Okay. Now, Deku does think Alex, his uncle, it isn't really a family dinner without him, is it? Now, Deku, he does sure think about that. And Jean just goes on to bring her hand up and slap Deku on the back, talking about how he needs to help. Him going to zone back in, and seeing as right now they're unloading the car. Right. Now, Deku is going to help. And right now, after Jen has come walking in, she actually does see something shocking. Three different children. And right now, after Rogue just goes on stand up and greet Jen, Jen just does stare at her. I mean, it's wow. Now, all of them they do sit down and continue to chat. And right now, there actually is later, where Deku he's currently standing outside and waiting. He still hasn't had anything call back. Well, he still hasn't had a callback or anything from Tony. And he's answered his phone. Steven hasn't called. Doctor Strange hasn't called. I mean, telepaths, they could put on mental barriers to this thing. But what about the Scarlet Witch? Could she obliterate it? Erase it from his mind? I mean, he helped Wanda, so she owes him a favor, right? But he can't just demand that, can he? He could ask, but would she help him? That's the real question he has. Now, there actually is Logan, who currently he is sitting on the steps smoking, asking Deku if he has his head on straight. I think so. Do ya? I want to say I do. Good. Then let me give you some advice. Logan, I used to be a ruthless killer. You did? Weapon X, remember? Weapon 10. Brainwashed. And made to kill. Ruthless in nature. Nothing could stop me. I was basically unstoppable. And then I forgot. You forgot? Yeah. Everything. I don't know. I just forgot. I've been brainwashed so many different fucking times over the years that some point across the time, I forgot how many people I've killed, how much blood is on my claws, exactly all the faces I may have seen. I don't think about it. And now? And now I do. I've gotten old, I guess. Then again, my son and my daughter, they're living different lives. He's turned into me, how I used to be, and Laura turned into me, how I feel now. Granted, I'm still a stubborn old fuck. Amen to that. I'm having a moment here with you, kid. Just shut up and listen. Well, I'm stubborn in my age. There's you. You're smarter than me, Izuku. And yet, you're still afraid. You can try and reach out for help. That's what I've learned. And everything you need to do is quite simple. Talk. And see if you can find friends to help you. Okay? So Scarlet Witch, then. That's the best option you might have, then do it. Or reach out to other people. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Best advice I can give you without getting sappy. Logan, it makes sense. I thought about reaching out to more people, but the people who have already done that for, I don't know. Magneto's a good option, but he's Magneto. He's not how he used to be, kid. I know, but I don't know. Just, he's dealt with a lot. He's doing a lot. He's bettering Genosha right now, and I don't want to take away from that. Kid, I get it. Logan. Dinner will be ready soon. Go ahead and finish that off out here. Deku doesn't turn around. And right now he does go to Dookie walk back inside. Now, Deku doesn't sit there and chat with his family. However, right now, something does currently happen. The jet Shuri lent Katsuki does land. And right now, 3 people do come walking out. And Logan, he does sit there, as Katsuki does come walking up to the door. And Logan, he does just somewhat stare, a bit confused. However, right now, Deku, he currently does come walking into the room after he does hear Katsuki call out for Izuku. Now, Deku, he actually just come walking to the room. And he does just want to turn, sing Katsuki. Hey, what is it? Mom? Now, Inko does stand there. And right now she does look around, still a bit confused. And her eyes, they lock on Deku. And Deku, he does turn his head a little bit more. Just behind her is Grandpa. Now, Jin immediately jumps up. And right now, after Deku does come running over and grabbing onto his mom, he pulls her into a hug. And Jin immediately does go to somewhat grab onto John. Her surprised to see him alive. I mean, they buried him. They know where he's buried. It's. Why are you. Izuku, is that really you? Deku pulling back. Mom. Oh my god, what's the last thing you remember? Izuku, what do you mean? Mom, please. What is the last thing you remember? Um, that's. It's still weird in my head. But the last thing I remember, it's. Before your third birthday? Before. Izuku, I'm sorry. No, it was. Hang on. It was almost your fourth. Mom, Izuku, but how are you? You're grown and her turning her head and seeing more people inside the house. It's a lively home. And all the people here, they're mutants, aren't they? Now, Inko, her eyes do fixate somewhat on Victor, her grandson, who right now he does sit there messing around with his claws. And John does sit there actually somewhat poking at them, as he does ask him if he can feel that. Yeah, it's not funny, dude. Dude, it's so weird. So, they're just like Logan's? I think so. But Mom doesn't know if I have them on my feet either. Really? Yeah, apparently she has claws in her feet. Now, Deku, he does look at his mother. And right now, Inko, she just isn't aware of what to say. But then there's actually one of our girls come running up, hugging Katsuki. And Deku, he does go to turn his head as Katsuki does say the name Inko to the child. Now, Inko is quite alarmed. And Deku, he actually does somewhat turn and walk inside. As right now he does take his mother out back to talk. And Deku does try to explain everything. It's hard for her to hear, but it's been almost 30 years since she died. Izuku, you're 33? No, Mom. Actually, I'm almost 29, but a lot happened. Izuku, you're a full-grown man. I would say a lot happened. I mean, I miss so much, and I mean, John, my father, I finally. Yeah, I know. Izuku, what happened to you? Mom, I can't believe I'm actually talking to you now. It's hard to explain. You know Dad, right? Hasashi? Yes, he's, he's dead? She told you? Yes, Katsuki Bakugo, correct? Yeah. So, she's, mm-hmm, Mitsuki's daughter. Wow. She took care of me after you died. I should thank her. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how we'll explain it to her, though. I mean, Mom, you're practically the same age as me, and she's well past 60, I think. I mean, Mom, it's complicated, okay? Izuku, you keep saying that, but just go at your own pace. Okay. So you know Dad's dead, and everything else that happened. Mitsuki and Masaru took care of me. Then I met John and Alex. Alex is your brother, Mom. Really? Yeah, he's in Genosha. What's... Let me finish. Genosha's a place for mutants. People like us. Izuku, you're a mutant? It's not a quirk? No, those are gone. Wait, quirks don't exist anymore. No. But how is that? We don't know. Mom, for 5 years, half of the universe disappeared. Half of the universe. Like, the universe just got cut in half, and no. Half the life in the universe. Aliens, Mom. I mean, I don't fully understand it. I mean, Thanos, as far as I know from what many people talked about, he was involved. He did something out there, and many people, they theorize he's why. No one knows why they came back. Why I came back. I vanished, Mom. I didn't go somewhere for 5 years. I was in Vegas 1 minute, from what I know, and the next I was back. Half a decade passed, and Jen, my cousin, was 22. Meanwhile, me, I picked right back up where I left off. Almost 5 years to the dot. Izuku, that's insane. I know. That's not even the weirdest thing. It's just, that's the whole thing. No one knows how to explain it. When we came back, the world changed so much. Inhumans, mutants, aliens, supervillains. I mean, Mom, I've dealt with somebody called the Beyonder. I don't even fully understand what it was. A powerful being that's basically a god. And they restructured reality because he had his power stolen. And God, it's so confusing. Now, Deku, he tries to explain a bit more. And right now, Inko does listen. There is still one thing that does puzzle her mind, though. And she does actually ask Deku, can he show her his mutant power? Sure, Mom. Now, Deku, he does just won't stand up. And right now, after he does go take a few steps forwards out into the yard, there actually was where Inko, Deku's daughter, was coming to the door to tell her father that dinner was ready. And right now, she actually just wants to watch as Deku does transform into the Hulk. Now, Deku does stand there as his mother does come walking forwards. And she does just stare on. It's insane. This is his power? Now, Inko, she already does know from meeting her father, the two are very similar in abilities. And then there's her. It skipped a generation. And right now, after Deku, he does shrink back down, there actually is where Deku's daughter does come running up. Her running down the stairs, and directly towards Deku. Him bending down and grabbing her, as she does tell him that Mom wants to speak to him. Okay, Inko. Tell your mother we'll be right inside. Her gonna turn around and walk forwards. And Deku is gonna turn towards his own mother. She has my name. Yeah. Sorry. This is all just, I feel like I'm gonna wake up. I can't. I still can't believe you're alive. How did I die? Deku's not going to fall quiet. Dad. What? He murdered you. He murdered you, Mom. Now, it does take Inko aback. Deku, he's saying that she... what? But how is that? I watched it. Oh my god. Yeah. It's not just me knowing you're dead, Mom. That's confusing to me. I watched him stab you. And I saw you look at me. I'm sorry if that messes with you, but now, Inko does get to hug her son. And right now, Deku, he does just hold on to her. Before, he actually somewhat started to cry. And right now, after Deku does slump down to the ground, Inko does hold on to him. To Deku, this feels like some sort of dream. I mean, a physical manifestation of trauma is right in front of him. And right now, he's being told everything's okay and that she's going to be here. She's not going to disappear. She's not going anywhere. And Deku, he's dealt with enough strange things in his life to misinterpret this on many levels. How does he know that she's real? How does he know he isn't in an illusion? How does he know this isn't some fucked up plot from Doom, the Beyonder, or even the Phoenix? How does Deku know she won't disappear? How does he know she won't just drop dead in front of him again? And that's what Inko, she can piece together. Deku has dealt with so much crazy shit in his life that seeing something that he wants to believe in front of him, it's hard to imagine. Yes, he's had a family, but she doesn't know how long he's had this. And Deku, he does try to explain a few more things as the two do go walking inside. However, the family dinner, they're missing somebody. And we do actually have right now. Right now, the Red She-Hulk, she currently is trying to get into contact with Abomination. Because of a few things. She wants to talk to him and get into contact with him. Right now, S.H.I.E.L.D., they have been decimated. And right now, many people, they are a bit more concerned. But there actually is Red. Red wants to get into contact with Abomination for a few reasons. Possibly teaming up. Fact of the matter is, they are going to be part of a manhunt together. People are going to hunt them down. So maybe it's a we might be on the same side, but we still hate each other situation. And right now, she actually is a bit more concerned about that. As we do actually have over with Stephen Strange and Tony Stark. Tony has been trying to talk to Doctor Strange, and even guide him and inform him as to what to possibly do with Deku. However, Doctor Strange, he does have a lot going through his mind at the same time. Everything he's known about this kid. If one thing happens to him, this could happen. If this happens to him, this could happen. He's manifesting powers and still learning about them. But even then, the only person who's able to reliably keep the Hulk down is a Sentry. That's the one challenge, the one emergency switch they have. I mean, hell. They could probably order the Sentry to take down the Hulk in an instant. Take down Deku in an instant. But, I mean, that can't just always be the option. Robert was scared shitless and went into retreat. And even then, he was worried about leaving his apartment again. Robert had that creeping fear of the void in his mind. But right now, they need to try and push that back. They need him at the forefront of the situation. The only person reliable enough right now is him. They could try to lock away the Hulk in Deku's mind, lock away this version Deku does want, in all of them. But how long will that last? They've tried countless times to give Deku the benefit of the doubt, but now he's going down a further rabbit hole of insanity. He's getting worse and worse. He's willing to kill. He will kill. He has killed. And he has made it very apparent. If they try to interfere, he'll kill them. If he tries to get in the way of Deku trying to bring his species to a point where they can coexist with humanity, he'll kill them. But Deku, he's seen evil. The purifiers, everything, they can't deny what he has seen and what the mutants have faced. But that is still another issue. They can't just let him run around deciding who can live and who can die. And it's their main concern. And Stephen Strange has told this to Iron Man. He will look into the mystic arts and see what he can do. However, Tony's plan B scenario, it is something that he does want to tell him about right now. He does agree with it, but sending Deku away like that may not be good. Because how do they expect him to return? How do they know this shuttle won't be damaged? How do they know it won't explode? They might have gone to that planet before because it was close by, but they don't know if it's still uninhabited at this time. And Tony does try to tell Steven. He's aware, which is why he is going to make plans and send something ahead of time. It's going to be for Deku, and whenever he does arrive there. Now, Doctor Strange does understand, and right now, he's going to be doing this research in his free time. As Iron Man, he himself is getting his Plan B for the Hulk planned out. This is the last resort, and they really didn't want it to come to this. But if the Earth is safer without Deku there, then that's what they need to do. They need to make the sacrifice. But Tony, he does feel bad. He's going to deprive Deku of a family. Deprive Deku of being there for what he believes to be his first child. But then again, Deku, he's emotionally unstable. Emotionally not there from what Tony doesn't understand. He might be more of a danger to that child than, well, he thinks. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.